Pang Chun Sayong, a 34-year-old Singaporean man, was sentenced to prison on September 25, 2024, for charging at a female police officers while wielding a knife. The incident occurred on May 27 at around 2:05 a.m. Pang's 73-year-old mother was startled by cries for help coming from the living room. When she stepped out of her room, she saw her son pressing against the main door. Pang claimed there was someone outside, but his mother saw no one. In a panic, Pang dashed into the kitchen and grabbed a knife. Fearing for their safety, his mother retreated to her room and called the police. When the police arrived, Pang refused to open the door. His mother eventually let the officers in. A female officer interviewed Pang, who claimed that someone was shooting at her from the kitchen. His erratic behavior suggested that he was not in the right state of mind. He ignored further questions and began pacing around the living room, later stepping out into the corridor before returning to the kitchen. At approximately 2:30 a.m., Pang suddenly seized a knife and pointed it at the female officer, advancing toward her. Fearing for her safety and that of her colleagues, the officer drew her taser and subdued Pang, who was then arrested. The knife was seized as evidence. This wasn't Pang's first troubling incident. On December 3, 2023, he caused a public disturbance while drunk. Around 11 p.m., Pang was wandering near a fruit stall when he took a dragon fruit without paying. When confronted by the stall assistant, Pang bit into the fruit and threw it at a nearby tree. He then returned to the stall, sat on a pallet, causing fruits to topple to the ground, and promptly fell asleep outside the stall. The prosecution revealed that Pang had been diagnosed with severe alcoholism by the IMH. Pang also has a criminal record that includes offenses like causing hurt with a dangerous weapon, reckless behavior, and criminal intimidation. His risk of reoffending was assessed as moderate. Although it was suggested that Pang may have been in a psychotic state during the incident, potentially from consuming ice, the prosecution confirmed that he was fit to stand trial. He was aware of his actions and their wrongfulness, though his psychotic disorder played a role in the offense. Pang pleaded for leniency, explaining that he has a 9-year-old daughter, a father who suffered a stroke, and a mother in poor health. He also mentioned that he signed a divorce agreement while in remand, asking the court for a second chance, insisting he was not a bad person. In the end, Pang was sentenced to 8 months and 1 week in prison after pleading guilty to criminal intimidation and public drunkenness. For a first offense of drunkenness in public, penalties can include up to 1 month in jail, a fine of up to $1,000, or both.